It happens to the best of us. Sometimes, despite our best intentions of creating a visually interesting room, we get stuck in an interior design rut. When this happens, there's no other choice than to shake things up and do your best to create a new look. Luckily, this process doesn't necessarily have to break the bank. We've brought you 4 inexpensive ways to breathe new life into your interiors. Read on below to see how you can make it happen. It may sound simple, but sometimes all you have to do to create a new look is rearrange your existing furniture and accessories. To start, stick with one room at a time so you don't get overwhelmed, but consider anything in that room fair game for a change. Rework the layout of the furniture. Put your accessories in different spots. Switch out the artwork on the walls. The key to making this work is keeping an open mind. Sometimes a new layout can feel so strange and out of place that it can be tempting to immediately set your layout back to the way it was before. We'd advise you to wait at least a few days before giving into this urge. It may take a few days to get used to your new setup, but you'll likely find that you're glad you waited it out. Practice editing an interior design. Sometimes less is more. We've already talked about why every room needs to include some negative space, and now is the perfect time to make good on that resolution. Think about giving the room a new look by editing out some of the unnecessary clutter, especially if you're the type of person who likes to hang on to lots of odds and ends. To do this, go around the room and pick up any items that you think might be considered clutter, one at a time. Then, ask yourself, what purpose is this serving in the room? If you don't have an easy answer for the item, it might be time to consider donating the piece or tossing it out if it's in bad shape. In the end, you should have a cleaner looking, streamlined version of the space. Style your surfaces. Stylizing your surfaces is a great way to freshen up the look of a room. After all, it's one trick interior designers use to really finish off the space and to make a design look purposeful. If you have bare tables and shelves hanging around your home, you can use them to bring your interiors to the next level. Best of all, depending on what decor items and accessories you have laying around the house, you might not need to spend any money to make this happen. This maneuver is all about creating groupings. When in doubt, follow the rule of 3. Odd-numbered groupings create more visual interest than even-numbered groupings. In particular, 3 seems to be the ideal number for a grouping as opposed to 1, 5 or even 7, because a single item might feel too simple while the latter 2 run the risk of appearing overly cluttered. When selecting items to go in your grouping, you want to ensure that they're different enough to create visual interest while still having a common thread to tie them together. Take the picture above, for instance. While all the accessories have varying shapes, they have a unifying monochromatic color scheme. Swap out your accessories. This last one might cost you a little, but when you're really in an interior design rut, swapping out accessories is a surefire way to breathe new life into the space. Best of all, even though a few throw pillows and some wall art are an expense, they cost pennies on the dollar compared to redoing the room from top to bottom. When you think about it, you're still being thrifty. The key here is to